All right. Hey, good afternoon, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson, Results Staffing, social media. Hey, I'm going to discuss a great subject of social media recruiting. Some may have heard it before, but I just want to let everybody know about it. So, right after these messages. That thing goes quick. I always like saying that, but I got to get used to that video because it'll really scare the living hell out of you. Hey, listen, I'm going to make this real about like 10 minutes long about social media. I know some people, the followers, have listened to it before, but I want to talk about it's real simple for a recruiter anywhere around Lehigh Valley or anywhere for high volume, or if you only need like 10 to 15 people. I always say, do you want to win? It's up to you. Do you want to win? You have to do what it takes. And if you know what you're doing, you can just find those candidates by picking them out of other companies. That's just what I do because I want to win, and I'll do what it takes to win. If I need employees, I know right where to get them. I know where to target those candidates and where to get them. So what I wanted to talk about was the job postings on social media. You have to change it up on those on the job sites, the job boards. They're getting all horrible. It's just $15 an hour. Come on down. No steel-toed shoes. Hey, drug screens. Come on the back door. It's not going to work like that. You have no clue what you're posting there. The only way you're getting traction is when you move it from page to page to page to share it. It's sharing it to the same candidates that you're trying to get. Try to go after the new candidates. It's so hard to get the candidates as it is now. The organic reach on social media it's just lower. It's the worst it's ever been. You might get 4 or 5 people when you just post it on your job boards. One on your social media page. I see it all the time. You might get 5, 6 reach, and if you're really interesting, maybe you'll get even more. But you got to stop and think. Sell the job. Not so much the money. Everybody puts on their $500 sign-on bonus. Discuss the company if it's a temporary to permanent job. Show them why you want them to come and work for you. So if you're a company, if you're a corporation out there, you need to let the staffing companies say your name. Listen, I know it sounds secretive, right? But if you're a good company and you're great culture, you're not going to have that problem. I'm going to give you an example right now of utilizing social media to find forklift drivers. You want to have this streamlining to all different pages, which, it is right now. It's going everywhere. 6 different platforms, this live video right now. So I'm going to tell you, if you need forklift drivers, I would be like this. My favorite company in Brownsville is Nestle Waters. Chris, still Sam's. I'm waiting for that Nestle Waters, a couple of cases of it right there. But Chris Heckman's a great recruiter over there, and I'll put up his email after this, and you want to reach out to him. But get this, I would be like this. Hey, it's Dave Wilson of Results Staffing. Hey, listen, I'm over here at Brenningsville, Pennsylvania. I'm over by Nestle Waters. Guess what? They're paying $22 to $23 an hour for a forklift driver. Full time. Come right through the company. Do not even utilize a staffing company. $23 to $24 an hour. Guess what? 12-hour shifts, every other weekend off. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be like, you got to just get these people to come on down, full-time benefits, talk about the culture, what you're looking for. So reach out to Chris, because What I would be doing on this video right now is I would be saying, listen, if you're on Nestle Way or in Allentown, you're only making $20 an hour or even $15 for a forklift driver. It's a no-brainer. Come on down the road to Nestle Waters full time. And if you're maintenance technicians over $30, $35 an hour, whatever it is, you have to reach out to Chris. If you're only making $25 an hour as a maintenance technician, guess what? Reach out to Nestle Waters. That's what you got to do. You have to get that message of Nestle Waters right now. And guess what? It is going everywhere. So I would be like, I know a lot of companies in Brenningsville, but I would hit them with a video message just like this. Are you tired of working for a staffing company? Hey, I'm a staffing company also, but are you tired of it? Do it. You know, Chris, if you want to put your email on there, that'll really show anybody. But Chris is on right now. He's a great recruiter, and he'll put his email on here. Reach out. Why would you want to work for $16 an hour when you can work for $23 as a forklift driver? So don't tell anybody, but also tell your friends they're hiring. Do you see what I'm talking about there? It was live. It was real. And I said their name. I said their name because I can. You know, this is nothing to deal with Nestle Waters, but Chris, I do like Nestle Waters water instead of Sam's. So that's a funny point with him. But think about it. Nestle Waters, just like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nestle, that's a brand name. So when the companies you're hiring for don't allow you to do that, the only reason they're doing that, in my opinion, sometimes, is I was told because, hey, they're utilizing Dave, they're utilizing you for sales. Get out of here. Listen, if they want to do the sales and do the videos, go for it. Stand right next to us. It doesn't matter. But you're getting that message out to the companies right there. Christopher.heckman@westwaters.nestle.com. Reach out to Chris. I'm telling you, I'm not doing this, but I want to show everybody a fact that if you're a forklift driver, I'm going to say it again. You want full-time. You want a company with its great culture. Discuss what they offer, not just come on down. That's just boring, and it's not going to get you anywhere because I see it. Listen, everybody knows with videos is the best way to go. But the job boards, like I said, are getting crazy. I'm like, it's the same thing over and over. And you put such a boring picture on there, just liven it up a little bit, right? So if you're a corporation, let the staffing company say your name. And it'll help you. It'll really, really help you because I don't like to be able to sit there. I do it if I have to because I'm told. But I will inform the client that this is the better way to go because you want to know Nestle Waters is hiring. Wow, it's not a temp agency. Hey, sweetheart, guess what tonight? I just applied for Nestle Waters. I'm a good forklift driver making 17. Now I'm going to make 23 with benefits. And I keep going back to that. That's because your message is getting across. Nestle Waters, Nestle Waters, Nestle Waters. You see that? I could say Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and you're going to know those companies. It's just like you want your company to be out there because if not, it's just like our Results Staff. I'll say it 10,000 times, Results Staff, Results Staff, Results Staff. If you're not on the social media platform saying your name, if you're not constantly, when I say constantly, I'm saying every night, every day, every night. There's no excuse on the weekends that you can't put all your social media and schedule it on a Friday. Schedule 3 job postings, schedule them. You can still do that through Facebook. Go for that. I put on there facebookblueprint.com. It's free. Take the classes. It's totally free. But also, I utilize Hootsuite. And I can listen, some people say, don't I ever sleep? But a lot of them, Hootsuite schedules there for you. And corporations are using them for like $500-$600 a month for a corporation. You can put all your job postings. And guess what? It knows your audience. So when I put a post on, I'm like, why the hell? If I did one right now, if I did a job posting or something, right, and I put it on there, it would say 610, one of them platforms. Facebook might be 630. You know, LinkedIn might be 607. And you always wonder why. What the heck is that about? And even on Instagram, it's because social media, they know your audience. Every time you've clicked on my page, this is going live on Results Staff right now. It's on there and you're getting it out there. You know, everybody sees what you're posting constantly, because listen, I took a couple of days break and that I didn't have to worry about it. I just did it. Keep it interesting. Get a video of somebody for 30 seconds and utilize a thing called through plays. Listen, if anybody doesn't know how to utilize through plays, I will walk them through as long as they're an admin on their page. right? A through play and native ads are your best right now. Native ads are your little ads that sit off to the side. They will be hooked everywhere. There's 6 of them. They will be hooked on another website, right? That is and I've just recently started utilizing that more. And stories. Get your information under stories, because stories are utilizing so much time. And what's happening is the smaller ads don't get in there. It's a fact. They don't get on there because you're utilizing stories. And the through play is this. Through play is we're going to make 6 ads with your video. Hi, it's Dave Wilson. Come on down to Nestle Waters, right? We're hiring $23, $24 an hour full time. Drink water. Guess what? It's never going to go away. You know, full time, boom. Lots of overtime, probably attempt to hire right off the bat. They want you to succeed. So just like that, right? Then you take that and when you boost it, hear me out now. When you boost that through play, you only get charged. I don't want to quote this wrong. I think it's 4 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds. You don't get charged for. So if you get that 4 to 5, I think it's 7 seconds. If you get your message out real quick, boom, and then talk about what you want for the last 10 seconds, you got it made, because then you schedule it. Like if I was with Chris and Nestle Waters right now, I would target Brenningsville very hard. Let me tell you, if you look at the job insights, Brenningsville is so freaking hard. I don't know why, but there's not as many people. But I would go after the little city. Look at a map. Just look at the map, and you know, look the little tiny little towns. And everybody says, "Oh, you'll never find anybody in Albertus." That's bull. You have to experiment. But if you're not an admin on the page and you're just posting, and then when you go to marketing, they don't know anything. Marketing doesn't know anything about social media. They think they do, and nothing against marketing. I'm just picking on them, but they don't. And that's where you realize you consult with an expert. Listen, I'll come out to your site for a couple hours. I'm going to charge you, but I'll come out there and show you a lot. Just consulting. I'll come out and consult with you. You want 2 hours time? I'll come over and sit with some recruiters and go over some of these new tools. That's going to blow your friggin' head away. You know, it's going to be like, whoa, you know, what did you see? You're going to be like, I didn't know that. You know, so it's so hard to explain behind the scenes. It's hard to explain behind the scenes of what you do, because a lot of people don't realize what to do and what to utilize that information for. Like Chris, he can take that, make an audience, and not pay for that through play. And you'll see when you put $25 on it and you put, you know, message me, you can utilize learn more, apply, message me, your email, call. Listen, I want people to go to my website. So now I always utilize learn more. Now, Chris, you can utilize learn more. So when they see that ad of Nestle Waters, learn more, it's going to take you right to your landing page, Chris. You can use the URL for your career. Like I would go to resultstaff.com. That's a throw. But when I look on the URL for each tab, I copy that URL into the ad. So when Chris is doing a job for Nestle Waters, $23 for a forklift driver, you know, you put that in there and through play and put that link right there, the link. So when that candidate clicks on it, it's not just send a message. In that ad, you would put, hey, everybody, we're hiring at Nestle Waters. You know, if you want, learn more, click on learn more. Right there's your career page. You've nailed it. And your rates, your costs will go way down. Because the costs, you know, I don't want to say because Alexa's listening right now or my cell phone, then I get in trouble for some reason. I'm serious. These things listen to you. You know that. And all this will come back up. You watch. I'll get an ad for Nestle Water. But my point there is, you know, ask marketing. See what they know. Say, marketing, what is through play? Marketing, how can I become on the admin on the page? It's not a big deal. I was an admin on the pages. I almost said my other company. I don't like saying them. But I was an admin on there, so I was able to do anything you want. You can put just an editor. Like Chris, you could put just an editor. So what that is make all your recruiters editors, because that way they can't change anything, your settings. Only the admin can. So like we have people that in the office here that utilize an editor. I don't want them to be able to make changes on the page, but I want them to be able to post and see how they're posting it. Because you need to look at the insights. If you're not looking at the insights, you're going way out there. Listen, if I had the cost, if I had the billing, what it costs for one of these billboards out here, right, that you're traveling down. Wow, could $1,000, I'm telling you, if you did it right, your message of Nestle Waters paying for like technicians, and forklift drivers and picker, packers, seasonals. Put it all on there and get them good to your webpage, because that's what you want to put in. And sometimes under the comments, don't put the website link above it. Don't do that. Keep it in comments. You can copy a link URL, but that's your best bet. And you'll see, if I did that right now, and what I do is I target the other companies. I know people say, well, what do you mean by that? Is when you're an admin on there and you really want to tighten down, when you do all these things behind you and you're using the demographics and the keywords. Listen, I thought I know everything, and I'm still struggling with professional services on social media. I wasted, oh my God, I learned a bad mistake. But everybody says, oh, you won't find professional services on social media platforms. Yes, you will. Twitter, that's a big one there for professional services. So you can promote even on there, but it's real tricky. Like CEOs and VPs and they make fake pages up. Like the CEOs that you see online, that's not their Facebook page. That's just a fake page that's made up because they don't want to put their regular Facebook page on. Why would they? Right? They might get some news or something that could help them. Hey, Bill, I'm going to be back on tonight, but I just in the mood for talking about social media that I was doing. So, and Bill's daughter's looking for a job. And again, it doesn't go very far. I know it's here. Where is it? There she is on her resume. So I'm trying to get her a job in a special field. So until I can figure that out, it takes, I told everybody before, I made a couple $100 mistake, and I know Bill's going to say you learned from it. Bill, I just want to find one or two people in professional services. Hey, Daryl, boy, I haven't seen you in a while. Frozen, Texas. Yeah. I can't even imagine what's going on there, Daryl. And that's where you're from, right? And I know that he's a great guy. You can learn a lot from Daryl Chris, if you reach out to Daryl. He's got some great ideas for even staffing, and he's just straight on. He'll tell you like it is, the same thing like myself, and you can learn a lot from him. So stay safe out there, Daryl. But like, I'm going to take you for Daryl example. This is a great. So Daryl on LinkedIn, he put out, oh my God, he wanted to help so many people in the industry with the rigs and the oil, everything, the rig workers and all that. He copied myself, tagged myself, and a couple other people. I did send emails out to all of them because they reached out. They went to the website. And listen, I wish I could help them with jobs. Now, if they needed direct hires, if they would work and just copy the companies under their resume, it's perfect. Yes, was one. Wow. I saw it on the news, Daryl, and I can't even believe it. But I was talking to him about how you tagged everybody with the rig workers. I'll tell you what, Daryl, I'm going to say 8 to 10 people reached out, and I wish I could help them. I got the resumes and I responded to them, and I explained to them about posting on LinkedIn and tagging companies and tagging names. Listen, if you're going to tag a name, who cares? If you're looking for a job and you post that on LinkedIn, I know I'm going off the script with it, but if you go on LinkedIn and you put your resume, a lot more people are doing it. And that's a smart thing to do. You're utilizing LinkedIn the smart way. So you're putting your resume on there. What Daryl did was he copied so many people. And he shared it, all the jobs, right? It just flew off. And before you know it, there was a lot of people commenting, sharing. That's what you want to do. Because some people, I understand that you don't want to post your resume, on LinkedIn. Listen, you have to do something different now. I'm telling you, if you're not changing right now in the staffing company or the corporate world, these next couple months, you're still going to struggle. I don't care what you say, you're going to struggle. You're not going to win. You're going to struggle. So if you listen to some of these points about going behind the scenes, again, I'm going to say, go back to your marketing department. Am I an editor? Am I an admin? Because get the admin rights, and then let you expense it. Corporate will fight that. They're going to say, well, we got to do it through here. Well, they don't know what they're doing. I've seen it. They'll just boost the company that I'm not going to go so much. There's been some issues, and I try to explain to them, this is what you do. And they're like, well, I'll just call Facebook. You don't just call Facebook. You got to put tickets in. And even then you're lucky. Oh, here we go. Facebook, you're the best. Facebook, you're the best. I don't want to get banned again. You're the best. But Think about it. They don't know what to do. If you're sitting in your branch, like I always say, like Chris, if you're sitting there, I'll tell you what, I'd even stop by. You got to pay me an hour, Chris. But we would set up some certain hours, ads, and target what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody for manufacturing. Why would you post it for warehouse? Why would you put under the demographics, under the interest? What I've learned on social media is, I'm going to get back to trying to find out professional services. I'm having a hard time. I cannot find, because a lot of them either fake pages. I can hit the states. I can take my ads from here and we can hit any state. I've proven that point. It goes out. Proven it. Within $28, you can be in every state. Now you're there. What do? I was trying to get them focused to get to the website, but I have not figured out fully, not yet, how to get those ads to hit the people that are the higher ups, like, your VPs, generals, your CEOs, your engineers, your tech people. Everybody gives you an excuse. Everybody will say, well, we can't find people in this area. Oh, no, you won't find anybody here. Bull. It's because you're not working hard enough and utilizing social media for you. Utilize it and it'll run itself. It'll just run itself. Put your questions in there. 3 questions, right? Boom, boom, boom. If they answer it wrong, guess what? You won't get that person. It just saves the time for a recruiter. Everybody, when you put up a warehousing job, I just need a job. Click on it. Well, where are you working, honey? I have no friggin' clue. It just says $15 an hour. Do you see my point? That's what I'm talking about. Put it out there. Let me see. Okay, it's still working. Put your company information out there and also learn from your marketing department. Just ask them, what is Ads Manager? Can you send me a report from Ads Manager? Can you send me, if you're spending $1,000 on social media and you're right here in Lehigh Valley, something's friggin' wrong with you. I'll tell you right out. That is the most craziest thing I've ever heard. If I'm working on it now, it looks like I'm right there with a company and it's going to come. I know it. I want to utilize their name. I don't even want to talk about the hourly rate. I would not put an hourly rate as much anymore on that job posting. And the reason I'm going to say that is, before, if you draw interest, like again, Nestle Waters, tell everything about the culture of Nestle Waters, put down everything first, every single thing, room for growth. I know it sounds crazy, right? No money, no hourly rate. Sell all the things, work every other weekend off, family time. This is our culture. This is what we do. You're going longer and longer. This is the job responsibilities. Keep it short. Keep the keywords in there, though, everything like that. And then click learn more with the URL, Chris, going to your website. So you have those people interested. So now they're going to click on the correct one, because if you don't put that learn more, that's what's wrong. Or the messages, some of the recruiters don't answer messages. That's a fact. You can go on social media behind the scenes and find out if your recruiters are answering the messages, because they don't even know. You'll sit there. Are you answering your messages? Yes. Well, why are you at a 30%? People don't know. You need to be at a 60%. Mine's at 13 because I'm not posting for logistics right now. But if I did, over 60%, because if you keep it at 60 and above, you're going to save money. You're going to save so much. And then when the recruiters are sitting there saying, oh, yeah, I did, pull up the report right there and say where, because you can see. It breaks it all down for you. Hey, Rob, here's Rob for a great candidate now. He's been looking for work for some time now. He gets that close, and then something happens. I hope everything's going good, Rob. I haven't heard from you. I know you're still looking for jobs, but Rob, I talked to you about, let's put your resume out on LinkedIn. Let's try to get it going and trying to get you that job that you want. But there's an example how long it takes him to go through the process. The hiring process, man, there's so many templates that you can utilize on social media. There's a funnel system. There's a lead system. If you want to get leads into a funnel, you want to get your sales. A lot of salespeople will not recommend social media. I was told when at my prior company, stop. Don't do that. You're freaking crazy. Don't do that, because they're utilizing you for leads. Get the hell out of here. They're not utilizing for me to, like I told you, come down to the company yourself. All I did was stand outside of the company and say, hey, I was over here at James River today, met some great people, stopped, told them I was offering for employment, got to know them, boom. But that crazy old person, he was like, stop it, but I don't want to go off on that subject. It gets my blood pressure going. But utilize it smart, and the candidates are going to come to you. I'm telling you, I go after the 3 biggest clients out there. When I need people, I'm going to need them soon, I hope. I'm going to target the 3 top areas in the Lehigh Valley. They got all the employees. Why not? Flick them right out, puck them right out. Take them, get your message. You can run an ad like this. Are you tired? Are you tired of working weekends? You know what I mean? You lay it out, make them feel the pain. I know this is terrible, but if you want to make them feel the pain, but offer them the solution. Simple. I learned that simple thing for some video and I kept it that way. Make them feel the pain, but offer them a solution. So if you think about that, right, you're down and out. You're like, wow, I can't find something. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. But then offer the solution. It makes sense, right? You're giving them the solution of what you can do. But if you don't follow up on it, you're not going to make it. You're going to struggle even longer because the job process to apply is long. And with Rob's sake, for Rob, man, you post the ads. You don't hear anything from CareerBuilder and Indeed and all these job boards, which don't get me going on that. I can't stand them. I can't wait till the day that you don't have to utilize a job board. I swear. I wish, get me going on that. There's another one that's useless. The job boards. The cost is getting higher. You're not getting an ROI, and that's what just makes me mad about that. But you can utilize it in a special way, and I'm going to tell you that. There's a couple things. But see, I talk. I don't even know where I ended up. Oh, the hiring process. But cut it in half. Don't post the job to go to your website. You can put the website, you can put your URL right on your job boards. Have them go right to, you don't even have to say go to your website because all you got to do is click on the URL. Is it wrong to ask why I didn't got opportunity? No, it's not, Rob. I would email, if you have an email, I would ask them, what's the worst they're going to say to you? I think you should. You were right there. You were right at that point. You were excited. You had it down, and look what happened. Why shouldn't a company? I think they owe you the respect of that. I would. You don't want to have that hard discussion because a lot of recruiters, and not all of them, but they don't want to have that discussion, and it's hard to call a person up and say, we didn't hire you. Because give the guy a reason to say, well, we chose somebody for anything with more qualifications or something like that, but make that decision to call the people back. He was right there, and not to get an answer, even to ask that, that's a company culture that you should have responded to that when you make it up that high. And that's why, Rob's been struggling on there, but he's a good worker and he knows what he wants. He's just having a hard time because his field, his industry, it's hard to get into. So there you have somebody else reinventing yourself. You're reinventing yourself to the clients, and you get people that say, well, we're not going to hire them. Well, think about, and I said a verse last night about, you can teach Microsoft. You can teach something technical. You can teach how to run a machine and operate. You can teach manufacturing. You can do that, but you need to look for attitudes of a person, right? Think about that. And their work history. Because how's it working for you friggin' now? It sucks. Because if you're short-staffed, when you walk into a company and you see 3 to 4 or 5 staffing companies, sometimes they have to because they have no choice. Either they're not happy or they are, or they need such a huge amount that you need it. And I'm not saying you don't need a couple. In today's world, you do. But if you worked it and let the social media take it on and ask those questions, you're going to eliminate a lot of people and get the candidates that you want. So, I'm not just saying this because I believe my passion is to help people. And even on social media, if you were posting a job that you're looking for, go beyond it. Put your picture up there. Listen, I'm looking for a job. What do you got to lose? It's just like when I ask people to come onto a show or, ask some candidates looking for work. I offer free. Anybody that wants to come on a show, it's called the Ring of Hire show, to where let's just interview. Let's just talk 15 minutes of fame, right? It's global. It's all statewide. So why not? If you're looking for a job, Boom. You take that one person. It's bad when you're taking 20,000 year cut, and he's correct. How do you live? How do you reinvent yourself after something like this? Because what's wrong. Have you ever lost your job before or furloughed? Because if you have one right now, you should be really, really fortunate, and don't ever assume. Don't. Because a lot of clients or a lot of candidates that are, for some reason, these last few weeks and months have been coming. I thought January was going to change. I really did. I wasn't sure with peak season, with everything going on, how it was going to go over. It usually dropped. Normally, your first quarter, that's when all your direct hires, that's where you got the money again. You can chuck in some money and pull the candidates. But I haven't seen a lot of that. I've been seeing them still furloughing people now, because I think all the effects are still way behind that are still going to come. In logistics too, because logistics right now is going to explode all over the place. I mean, it's everywhere. It's in the Lehigh Valley. You drive down 78, you go over Phillipsburg, New Jersey, you over Easton, Bethlehem, Allentown, Brenningsville, Alberta. Jesus, there's so many of them. Where are you going to get them? But you need to reinvent yourself. You need to take the candidates in the new workplace that maybe haven't worked in logistics. Maybe they don't want to, but if you don't show it, if you don't show what you're looking for, if you can't show those candidates what they need in a video, a short video, there's some great companies like Amazon does great. I mean, they literally have changed. They really show some great videos. Now, some people might say, oh, I don't want to work there. Well, that's fine. But they really put on a great video, and they show what it's about, what you're doing. So, Daryl, I'm at 100K to 130 year cut. That is insane. And you can see that's in Texas. That's a big difference. So what do you do? What happens from there? Your stomach drops. You got to worry about your family. Everybody knows what it's like. Oh my God. When I quit mine, and I even know what that feeling was, because you're not sure what resigned. You're not sure what's going to happen. The benefits of your family. You don't know if you're going to get, anybody's going to give you any kind of reference. I mean, a package deal, right? If you sign off on, it's scary. It's not a good feeling, because all with unemployment right now, nobody knows what's going to go on. If they've extended it for another 11 weeks after that, if they increased another $400, it's going to get more difficult and difficult. But if you're a company that's thinking outside the box, set up a training program. It's not hard. I know you're going to say something, well, it costs money. Well, what's it working for you again? How's it working for you now? If you're struggling, look at the cost. Look at your P&L. Listen, some of these people, upper managements, I'd be like, what the hell is going on with you? Because if you talk to a recruiter, regional manager, like about that level and down, they know the problems. They do. They know what the problems are, but they can't get the people that are above them, the decision makers, to go along with it. The excuse is, well, we can't do another invoice. Well, we can't bring on another staffing company. Well, we can't take a chance because it could work. What is it? You want to show that it can work. So listen, I'm not saying I can do everything, because it's hard, but I wouldn't overpromise. If you're saying you need 50 employees, I would never agree to that. And you need them in 3 days, you got to be kidding. Unless you want body warmers. That's the new word now, body warmers. If you're looking for good candidates with the culture that you're trying to give, when they're working, how are you doing? Why are they leaving? Walk up, say, how was your first day? How was your second day? At the end of the week, what can we help you with? Is there anything going on? You'll understand, and you're going to hear a lot more from the candidates. Now, some of them you could have 3 to 4 jobs in a week and it doesn't matter. And that's some of the other problems that I want to talk about in another show. But you have them, it's like a circle. I constantly say, they're just going around and around and around, and you allow it, because what happens is that in recruiting and high volume, it's just to please the customer. If you go on a Friday and say, wow, I filled them all, you knew some of them weren't going to show up. You knew that, but it gave you peace of mind until Sunday night, and you start going, oh, Sunday night, I got to go to work Monday. And you know what's going to happen there? Corporate's going to call from all your clients. They're going to call complaining, where's my employees? You didn't do this. You're working for us. Why are we paying you? That's the fact. That's what happens. Everybody goes for a rush. Regional manager comes down, buys people. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Then you put out what you need to do. And then all of a sudden you fill the jobs. That's just the way it is. So One more question. Would you take a chance if a company cut you in a few months down the road they want to hire you back? Would you take a chance if a company cut you in a few months down the road? Rob, I had talked about that before. I don't want to give information that I wouldn't know, but I think it just comes down to just being honest. And a lot of the companies aren't honest in a way of they're not going to say to you yes or no. But if you've been there for a lot of years and you've met colleagues, you know, we've talked about that before, to reach out. If you're in that position to where, what do you have to lose by asking that question? This is where I'm talking about. You can ask it, but they're just going to give you an answer that nobody wants to give. They're either going to say, you know, hey, there's a great chance. Why don't, you know, keep emailing them. Keep emailing. Say, is there anything going on? If you've been with that company for so long, Rob, the respect that they should give you is they should give you say yes, no, or possible. That's simple. And it would just cut you off there. It would make you feel better. It would make you feel better of not going back to that company saying, listen, I really love my job, but where am I going to go now? And they're the kind of things that we need to look at and work with as leaders on LinkedIn. If you just learn and you learn to go out and talk to people, that's the biggest thing is communication and customer service and new training. Open yourself up for training for the new workforce. Don't worry about that they worked in retail and they're coming over to logistics. Don't worry about that. Are they going to leave and go back to other jobs? You can't assume that. You take somebody that's a head chef. We had a head chef that's been looking for work. He's out of work. He's trying to take anything he can, but he's having a hard time. Why? Don't assume in this, the way everything is right now, don't assume that he's going to leave or she, the candidate. Don't assume it because you don't know. You don't know. Maybe they don't want to go back to their career. Some people don't want to go back to it. I don't like staffing, but it's what I've done for the last like 15 years. So it's the same way. If you go back into an industry that you're not sure of, they teach you. You know, so if you're having a hard time finding candidates right now, bring somebody in that can help you, show value. You don't take a chance on a new, you know, when you're in that meeting on Monday mornings, you know, or Fridays, right? Talk to them. Put that question out there. You know, one of the great things that you can ask somebody is, well, can you provide me an example? When somebody like a manager is asking you to do something, you're just not sure. What is he talking about? Or he, she, say to them, can you give me an example? I'm telling you, that puts the person back. Well, that's where you can put that back on them. As a leader, they should say to you, I can help you. Let's try this. All right. Try this because it'll make you feel better knowing that you got an answer, not just somebody saying, oh, go out and sell hot dogs and, you know, pass out some cards here and there. You know, it's different. And you got to show empathy. You can't assume everything right now because there's companies struggling that have the parents at home. I don't know what to tell them. Either the companies need to try to really, really get creative. And there is some bigger companies that are. I heard it was like 16 different shifts. So when you sit there and you say you can't do that, no, there's other companies doing it. And you're like, wow, that's smart. Now it's going to cost them in the long run because of all the invoicing problems that you can just come across. But as leaders, if you really put that plan out there, it might change you. You know how some companies are doing just weekends. You know, maybe that'll work for a couple months. Everybody says, well, they'll work for a couple, then they'll stop coming in and they won't do it. Well, maybe it's your fault. Maybe it's your fault that you didn't follow up with the candidate. Listen, I'm going to end it with HR. HR should not be in staffing. I'm sorry. HR years ago they scared the living hell out of you. Seriously. HR should not be focusing on staffing. They should be out on the floor asking people, how's your job? Checking up with candidates, checking up with your employees. That's great. And doing all the other things you're supposed to do in human resources. I stick up for human resource because I would never want to do that job. That's insane. They're doing proposals. You got safety on. They're doing everything. And then they cut people. They left people left and right. And that HR director is getting 15 emails from a staffing company or a call. I don't even call an HR director. Why? Why would you call an HR director that doesn't want to hear from you? And it's not their fault because they can't take all the calls. Those days of cold calling is okay. I mean, I hate it. Ugh. You give me 4 hours of cold calling and I just want to run. You need to, because that's really hard to do, because they hang up with you. They don't care. They only need you when they need you, when it's a circumstance that they need. If they're not happy with a company, then they're going to reach out to you. But that's where I talked about social media. Let them know about your company. Let them know what you're doing. But HR, for sake, let them go out. If HR was allowed to talk to their candidates or employees once a day, walk the floor. They can't even walk the floor because it's a 1.2 million square foot warehouse. Let them ride around on one of those little buggies, walk around. You'd be surprised what that can do. If you have any problems, they're going to say it to you, because you should have an open door policy. Years ago, you could walk into HR and you could really tell them you had a problem, right? And they would correct it. Anybody that's in HR has to be in the middle. They're not the enemy. You need to go to HR. You should not have to be afraid to go to HR. HR should not be like, "Whoa, I don't want to walk in there. I don't want to lose my job." They can't do that. They've been trained to be right in the middle, and they should reach out if they're having problems with a supervisor, if they're having problems on the floor handling their job. Maybe they're having problems with their significant other and something's going on. That's what human resources is about. Human resources is just exactly what it means, human resources, not a staffing manager. Because why? They don't know, I joke around. I always put postings up on Sunday nights. Where's your employees? Because human resources, they know what it feels like, because they're going to come in that Monday morning meeting and everybody's freaking out. But last subject here is human resources. I got to go. It's 41 minutes and I've never talked this long. But human resources should not be doing staffing. Recruiters should be doing staffing. Everything else, everybody has their own jobs. And as leaders, you need to have those hard discussions. So on that note, everybody, thanks. Rob, we'll talk soon. I mean, there's got to be something that you can do. We got to figure that out. I mean, I really want to help you. You've been trying for so long, and we'll try your resume. Let's talk after this. So everybody have a great night. I'll be talking tonight. We always have a great show at 9:00. And listen, if you're interested in being a guest, I'd love to have somebody on the show, human resources. I'd like to have a general manager, CEOs, anything. I'm open to a subject that you want to ask hard questions and you want to learn from it. You don't want to just be sugarcoating everything on here and say, hip, hip, hooray, go out. You wake up in the morning, you want to take a walk, you refresh your mind. Wow, now you really feel good. That's not what it's about. Come up with a plan and show what you can do. So on that, everybody, have a great day.